The topic of what is and is not organic has recently come to the forefront of the public's mind. More and more consumers are seeking out organic eggs, and they have become commonplace in the refrigerators of big box stores such as Costco and Walmart. The industry's response to this new drive for organic has been mixed, but it is the belief of our group that the potential downsides of not closing the loophole in the organic rule would lead to a profit loss for the producers of organic eggs. The organic rule, which governs not only what hens eat, but nearly everything about how they live their lives, is seen by customers as a way of ensuring a certain process for the production of their food, which they perceive as positive. This has made many customers happy, as the way that their food is produced has come more into alignment with their personal beliefs. If this is undermined by a loophole in the organic rule, it is likely that customers will become less willing to pay the increased price for organic eggs, driving down demand at that price. This would cause the profit for individual firms to decrease at that price.
Our market is the supply and demand for organic eggs. The primary shifter category acting upon our market is the tastes and preferences of the consumer. This shifter category affects the demand for the good. In our issue, the irritation caused by not adopting the new organic rule would cause a decrease in the aggregate demand for the good at any given price. This decrease would occur as the organic egg market is currently satisfying the demand for food raised in what is perceived to be a better way. If the consumer confidence in this perception falls, then consumers will feel less incentivized to purchase organic eggs rather than non-organic eggs. The shift in the demand curve will also correspond to the downward movement along the supply curve. These two changes will lead to a point of market equilibrium where supply is equal to demand at a lower price per dozen eggs and a lower level of production of eggs in millions.
We know that these changes will occur because of the graphs of the market of organic eggs as well as of an individual firm's cost curves. The downward shift of the demand curve will lead to a new point of market equilibrium, or the point where supply equals demand, at a lower point along the supply curve. This means that, at equilibrium, the price for organic eggs and the number of organic eggs produced is lower. In our example, we found that the new price for a dozen organic eggs would be $3. This is the price we will use for determining the total profit of an individual firm using its cost curves. In order to do this, we will first find the total revenue box on the graph by drawing a line from the market price until it intersects the marginal cost curve. At this point of intersection, we will then draw a line downward until it hits the x-axis. This is the total revenue box. In order to determine the total cost box, we will draw a horizontal line to the left from the intersection of the average total cost curve with the vertical line from the first step until it hits the y-axis. This is the total cost box. In order to determine our total profit, we will compare the areas of the total revenue box and the total cost box, and we will look for the area in which the smaller of the two boxes does not overlap with the larger of the two boxes. For our example, the area of the total revenue box is larger than the area of the total cost box. This means that our total profit should be positive. As we can see, our total profit box is not very big. If we perform the same process for our current market price of $4 per dozen organic eggs, we will find that the total profit box from producing at the current market price is larger than that for producing at the new market price of $3. This indicates that it is less favorable for producers to produce organic eggs after consumers have lost confidence in the organic label than it was for them to produce organic eggs at the current level of consumer confidence in the organic label.
In conclusion, it is more favorable for producers to adopt the new organic rules than to maintain the current loophole. This would allow them to maintain the current level of consumer confidence in purchasing organic eggs which allows them to maintain the current level of demand for organic eggs. If they choose not to do this, the taste and preferences of the consumer will change as their confidence in the organic label declines. This will cause a downward shift in the demand curve and correlate decrease in both the price and profitability of producing organic eggs.